Settle in for a little bit of magical chat when it comes to all things Disney. On today's show, you can expect all the details when it comes to Disneyland's big announcement on the Halloween season ahead. Of course, Disney layoffs have finally come to an end after more than 7,000 employees have been let go. The Disney dining plan has now released more specifics when it comes to exactly what it's going to cost you, and the best ways to celebrate an anniversary at the Disneyland Resort. That and so much more magical fun ahead in your direction. And if you would like to win your very own Kingdom Report mug, all you have to do is leave the phrase that pays underneath this very video on our YouTube channel, the Kingdom Report on YouTube, following the live broadcast. The phrase that pays this week, Summer Magic. Summer Magic is the phrase that pays. You have between now and Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time in which to enter. If you're the winner, we'll reach out to you, get that mug shipped your direction. Summer Magic is the phrase that pays this week. Tyler Crouch is our theme park analyst, and he's here. Katrina Manzone is our travel agent, and she's here. And I'm your host, Wade Heath. I'm also here. The Kingdom Report live show starts in 50 seconds.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
The live look outside today at the Disneyland Resort gives us a view of the Pixar Pal around and the Grizzly River Run in the distance, which is great because it's finally sunny, which the last few weeks that we've been doing the live show, every time we've looked outside at Disneyland, it's been uber gray and really gross in terms of cloud cover. But now we get ourselves a little bit of sunshine there on the back of a big grizzly, and now some sunshine in the studio. Hey, everybody. Great to be with you once again. Kingdom Report Live time. It is on. Wade Heath with you here in the shadow of the Warner Brothers Studios Media District. And right out the back door of the newly acquired, newly built Universal NBC Studio Creative Space lot. They're just going to town back behind our walls here and building all kinds of new sound stages and really getting on the run when it comes to pushing out more content, because that is the name of the game anymore, is lots and lots of content in this town here in beautiful Burbank, California. And we are always so grateful to have you with us. As a reminder, this is also an audio podcast. So if you are watching, whether it be on YouTube live streaming or over on Facebook Live, we thank you for that. But it's a surprise to some people that we are legitimately an audio podcast and have been for a very long time. So we're hearing that from you more recently as I continue to mention this within the last couple weeks, that you can also download this on the go if you need it. So remember that wherever you get your podcasts, go and get yourself some Kingdom Report Live on the go so you can listen. However, we do encourage you to also watch because there are so many visual elements. This show really is, I would say, probably a good 98% visual. The rest is just our bloviating rhetoric that nobody cares about. But everything else, very visual. That's for sure. For example, all of the fireworks going off behind me right now. If you're listening, you're missing out on all the fireworks and seeing what's happening. Just kidding. No fireworks. But it's great to have you along with us. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you are subscribed to the Kingdom Report over on YouTube so you never miss a thing. That means an awful lot to us. And if you are so inclined, rate and review us on those podcast apps. That's also very helpful, that's for sure. Lots to talk about today, as always, when we have the live show, and I couldn't do it alone. Nope. We are joined by travel agent Katrina Manzoni, our Disney princess in residency.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I lost my voice for a second.
All choked up. Remember what I said about 98% visual?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep, that's it.
Right
You
there.
missed me choke.
Yep. Yeah, you got to watch to see her nearly cough up a hairball. And then right next to her is our theme park analyst, Tyler Crouch, with a special friend on his shoulder. Oh,
I guess that's my new sound effect.
little cuckoo. That's right. But might be appropriate for who's on his shoulder.
Yep. My buddy, hey.
Hey, hey.
Hi,
Welcome to the show, hey.
Looking good, hey, hey.
Hello, Michael.
Michael
Was a big
welcoming
fan of
him
Hey
as
Hey.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that the original concept for Hey Hey in Moana was courtesy of Michael Eisner. He brought that forward and said, I had a vision.
And that's definitely 100% true, everybody.
Yeah, it's all, I mean, allegedly. But yeah, we've heard that many times. And Michael Eisner came forward with the concept for Hey Hey in a dream, much like most of what happened through the late 80s, early 90s with the Walt Disney Company.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. He also
Yeah.
came up with Mickey Mouse, too.
right.
Yeah.
It was all Michael Eisner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who knew?
You watch us for facts. I know that. So,
Yeah.
Trivia.
trivia. And before we get to all that trivia and all of the discussion topics of the day a little bit later on, we need to start the show right. Certainly, we need to start the show with a toast. It's show toast time. This is where we toast a little something wonderful when it comes to kicking the show off right. And I am going to grab my mug. I would encourage you two to do the same. And
Raise your
if
glasses.
you at home would like to also toast along with us, you can get these beauties over at KingdomReportLive.com in the Kingdom Report store. I would encourage you to get your mug, toast along with us, and tag us in the photo. That would be lovely, and we'll give you a special shout-out here on the show. But Tyler, the toast today.
The toast today, I was thinking about what I wanted to discuss with y'all, and I threw on my Pleasure Island hat. I don't know how visible that is to all you. We're talking about all the visual people watching.
Right, yes.
This is a reason to tune in. I wanted to talk about the Funmeister today. For those that don't know, the Funmeister, he was this fun guy with a little moon for a head. He was a lot like Mac Tonight. If you remember Mac
I do
Tonight.
recall Mac Tonight.
And you know what? He created this whole amazing nightclub district at what was called Downtown Disney, now is Disney Springs. And man, I was just thinking about it today. What a glorious time it was. Adventures Club and the Comedy Club and the 80s nightclub. And these are all great places. So I just wanted to make a little toast to our fallen hero, the Funmeister.
The Funmeister.
Wherever you may be, cheers, my friend.
Cheers to you, Funmeister.
Yes.
Another creation of Michael Eisner came to him in a dream, we've heard. So,
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to give Hey Hey a little
Well, I
sippy
was trying to
sip.
cheers.
cheers to
Oh,
Hey Hey.
cheers. Boop.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Attaboy. Well done.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Oh,
All right,
wonderful.
I gotta take a sip.
And now it's official. Up and rolling we go. Let's get you caught up on those headlines. It's time for the Disney News Review. Disney News Review time. Taking a look at some of the biggest stories from the past week. Here we go with USA Today reporting that Disneyland's Oogie Boogie Bash is returning for more nights than ever. This fall, the fan favorite After Hours Halloween event will run on 25 select nights at Disney California Adventure. But guests don't need a special ticket to get into that spirit at the Disneyland Resort, as Halloween time is big across both Disneyland and California Adventure, and a number of beloved seasonal offerings are included with regular park admission every day throughout September and October. When it comes to the Oogie Boogie Bash at California Adventure, though, the separate ticketed event starts September the 5th and runs all the way through Halloween night. Tickets range from $134 to $189 depending on the date, and
include unlimited PhotoPass digital downloads. Oogie Boogie Bash tickets go on sale to the general public on June 29th. A limited number of pre-sale tickets will be available for Magic Key holders starting June 27th. Sales begin no earlier than 9 a.m. Pacific time on both dates. The limited capacity event, which is not included with standard admission, runs from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., but attendees may enter California Adventure starting at 3 p.m. The rest of the Disneyland Resort getting into the swing of Halloween time starting September the 1st and running all the way through October 31st as Disneyland Park celebrates with the Main Street Pumpkin Festival along Main Street, USA. The Nightmare Before Christmas themed Haunted Mansion Holiday will return, and the nightly Halloween Screams Nighttime Spectacular Fireworks will be pushing out the Wondrous Journeys fireworks show. That show coming to an end on August 31st. Back over in California Adventure, the Plaza de la Familia is back, a tribute to Dia de los Muertos and the everlasting bonds of family. That starts on September the 1st, running all the way through November the 2nd in the park's Paradise Gardens area. Guests can watch a musical celebration of Coco, featuring live mariachi music and folkloric dance. They can also take photos with Coco's Miguel, make crafts, and enjoy Mexican-inspired cuisine. In other news, Disney reached its 7,000 layoffs goal, handing out notices to the remaining employees impacted in its third round of job cuts last Friday ahead of the Memorial Day holiday weekend, according to Variety. They write, the Mouse House's target was to conclude these company-wide layoffs, which focused most heavily on the media divisions and left the parks largely untouched ahead of the summer. The company still plans to eliminate more roles internationally over a period of time, according to the source close to the situation. But Disney has now concluded the benchmark it set in February, soon after Iger's return as CEO upon the ousting of Bob Chapek. Iger announced a sweeping and cost-cutting strategy with the first round of staff reductions having begun March 27th. The second wave, which brought Disney's total to 4,000 cuts, hit the week of April 24th, and the third and final concluded May the 26th. My News 13 reports that with work well underway to bring Tiana's Bayou Adventure to life at both Disney World and Disneyland, Disney is sharing more details about the attraction that's set to open in 2024. The attraction, based on Princess and the Frog, will pay homage to New Orleans with a new original song and new musical arrangements of music from the 2009 animated film. The company revealed Thursday that it is collaborating with award-winning artists PJ Morton and Terrence Blanchard on the music that will be featured in the attraction. Morton, a native of New Orleans and winner of multiple Grammy Awards, will compose an original song and create new arrangements of music from the film. Blanchard, who performed all the trumpet parts for the character of Louis the Alligator in the film, will create a musical arrangement for the queue at Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Tiana's Bayou Adventure will feature a new storyline that's set a year after the events in the film. Tiana is now the owner of Tiana Foods, which is set in an old salt mine. During Mardi Gras, Tiana, Prince Naveen, and Louis will set out on a trip through the bayou to find a missing ingredient or a special celebration. Visitors will join them on this quest to meet several characters, including new ones along the way. Disney previously said the attraction will include dozens of animatronics, including Mama Odie and a band of critters. And on Thursday, Disney also revealed another character that will be featured in the attraction, Ralphie, Prince Naveen's brother. And after the long hiatus, we know that the Disney dining plan is coming back to Walt Disney World. People writes that come January 2024, you can get your dining plans once again, as booking opened up on May the 31st for just that. There are 2 dining options, both of which can only be added to Disney Resort hotel packages for on or after January 9th, 2024 stays. According to WDW News Today, the Disney dining plan costs $94.28 for adults, $29.69 for kids ages 3 and up. That's per night, of course. And the quick service dining plan is $57 for adults and $23.83 for kids per night. The quick service dining plan is 2 quick service meals, 1 snack, and 1 refillable resort mug per person. And the Disney dining plan, 1 sit-down meal, 1 quick service meal, 1 snack, and 1 refillable resort mug per person. And of course, one of the biggest stories worth talking about this week, all things Halloween time returning to the Disneyland Resort now that we have the fine details. It is thrilling to see that our fall spectacle known as Halloween time is coming back to the happiest place on earth. And Katrina, will you be going to the Oogie Boogie Bash this year? And what sort of planning advice, I suppose, would you give to a family who might want to go to the party?
Number 1, hell yeah. I'm
Oh,
going.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Atta girl.
Missed out last year. Cried
all
my eyes
did.
out. A little FOMO.
It was really
Huge,
sad.
huge FOMO.
Let's take people back to what happened last year. We all weren't ready for things to sell out as fast as they did.
Yeah.
And scene. There we go.
Yeah. It was really bad.
So
I was so sad.
So ridiculous. We're like a day in and we're like, it'll be fine. It'll still be. Nope, all sold out. And we're like, well, that sucks. And then we had a couple friends that were like, hey, we may have extra tickets. Do you want them? And I'm like, yes, I do. And then they didn't give them.
Oh, well.
And so I was like, oh,
I hope they're
no.
not friends anymore.
They traded. No, they still are.
Oh, well.
But they were like, okay, we'll just do it another day. And I was like, dang it. So anyway, life goes on. C'est la vie. But I'm definitely going this year. I have like 4 alarms set. I'm not even kidding.
You're prepared.
I was
All
like,
right.
girl, don't you forget it. So I have a whole bunch for the Magic Key time. And then, because it's a couple days before on the 27th.
Yes.
And then we have a second chance on the 29th if I fail. Because you all know going to Disney or like getting tickets, the system's going to break. Like 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I'm already expecting it. Everybody's gonna be like, oh my God, they got it done. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Wait for hours at
Yeah,
least. Yeah.
okay. So I'm ready to go, but I'm for families that are planning on going, set tons of alarms to get that ticket once. June 29th, or if you're Magic Key, June 27th, ready to go. They said they're not going to post it before 9 a.m.
Saw that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep checking, but because I don't trust them. And but pretty much like throughout the day, like throughout the night, make sure you get, especially Disneyland, they give a lot of candy. So bring this little baggie that they give you for free is itty bitty, teeny weeny. You want to bring like an actual bag to put all your candy in when you're done, because if you want like a lot of candy, that's the way to go.
The Tyler trick, we call it, right? Bring a
Yeah.
pillow sack.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
the pillow sack or a backpack,
Or a
easier to carry,
Do
you know.
that.
But then honestly, stagger, like, do the treat trails like towards the end of the night, because at the beginning of the night it just gets so slammed with everybody wanting to get the treat trails done and over with. Wait until the end, because then they're like easy walkthrough. And then you got to go through the trail. What is it called? My mind just went to poo because I didn't go last year, so I forgot about it. The name.
Oh man, what is it called now? Oh, you got me.
Villain's Lair.
The Villain's Lair Trail.
Is that what it is?
It's like the Villain's Trail, whatever.
Yes. Where
but you
Redwood
go in-
Creek Challenge Trail is.
Yeah, so you go there, and honestly,
Villains
it gets
Grove.
really, really
Villains
Villains
Grove,
Grove.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you go, it gets really, really busy. So you kind of want to get there 1st, but it's not as cool because it's not like dark and spooky. It's more like dusk-ish, like on the brighter side. But once that line starts, it gets really long. So
Yes.
it's nice to get in there when they first open to kind of walk through, and it may not be so scary for your kids. So just my little words of advice, but
Great strategy to
For sure going.
To save those street trails until the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many people. You're exactly right. Line up first to get into those treat trails the moment the
worth
party
it.
starts, and you're waiting for 30 minutes sometimes to get up to those treat trail stops, and it's because everybody's doing it all at the same
yeah,
time.
like
So-
Oogie Boogie's treat trail is gonna get long, and so you just wait until the end of the night, and then you just like pop on in.
He's a very, very popular guy.
He is, yeah.
Brings a lot of folks in to see him, and no doubt you too will want to see him if you are going to the Oogie Boogie Bash. Tyler, with so much returning to the Disneyland Resort for not just Halloween time, your favorite time of the year,
The best time of year.
right? Halloween mania running wild, Tyler likes to say.
I say that all the time.
He does. He wears his Halloween's best. He shouts from the rooftops. He brings his own pyrotechnics that they stop him at security with, and they say, "Sir, you can't do this." And he's like, "I'm going to shoot him up in the parking lot then, because it's worth it to
Troublemaker.
me."
I get him in.
He still gets him in.
Yeah, I get him.
Uh,
I got
but-
my ways.
What are you most looking forward to? There's a great list of things going on, lots of things coming back. What are you diving into?
I mean, I think for me, most of the FOMO came last year from missing some of the really cool characters that were new, like Ernesto de la Cruz and Madame Min and stuff.
Yes.
Like, and I was like, "Oh, you're telling me I don't get to see these people like in person? I'm so sad." And so for me, I want to see, and who knows too, they may not even be here this year, you know. So I'm excited to see who we're gonna have as some villains. It's nice to see that every year they have characters you've never seen before. I mean, like Sid was brand new, like, and I thought that was going to be so weird too. And then seeing him in person is just one of those things where I was like,
He belongs
oh,
here.
actually,
Yeah, it
this is
works.
great. You know, it works really well. And Ernesto de la Cruz, I mean, watching the videos of him online were crazy. So I'm just really excited to see the villains again this year. That's such a fun time for me. And I'm excited just to take in the vibe because, like you were saying, it's my favorite time of year. And I think they do such a great job of making all of California Adventure feel like it's in Halloween time. Because I feel like there's a lot of other theme parks that celebrate some of these holidays, but they don't really go like the full mile. Like maybe the first part of the park will be decorated and then the rest of it isn't so much. But I feel like just the vibe that you get when you're in California Adventure at night during Halloween is
The purple lights, man, on the trees, so spooky.
exactly
The
so.
flickering eyes of the bats.
And just everything they do to Buena Vista Street and like the headless horseman statue with that, like every now and then you
Oh,
can hear him running around and the lights, you know.
Did you get chills there?
I got chills.
that what that
So
was?
imagining
Yeah,
it, I
I
was like,
mean,
"Whoo, I
The
miss
headless
it."
horseman is serious business, so
Spooky.
I'm stoked for everything, but those are kind of the things that really stand out to me.
Now
Can
let's-
I
yeah.
put something in the universe that maybe live action Ursula is probably going to make her
Oh,
appearance?
you're probably right.
Oh,
Putting in the universe.
I think you just called one.
Maybe.
I really hope, and I was really hoping last year too they were going to do Doctor Strange zombie, and they never
Oh,
ended up doing
yeah.
that. But
We
hopefully
missed
they would do that.
Captain America zombie
Yeah, we
the
never
year
saw that
before
one.
because they brought it at the end.
Right.
And I was like,
Yeah, after my party that I
Yeah.
went to.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
why we're worried. We were talking about it too because I
we're
was like,
strategizing.
yeah, we were like, well, should we go like the first night? Do we want to go? And then Katrina brought up the great point of like, well, remember when they like add stuff sometimes throughout the party? So now we're like,
Do we wait?
do
What
we-
happens if they take
now we're
away
like,
things?
should we go twice? Like I'm wondering. So here's to you, Oogie Boogie. Another cheers. Cheers
Oh.
to you.
Yeah,
Oogie Boogie.
yeah.
Man, what a champion.
Dang.
What do you think, Hey Hey? Hey Hey's into it too. Now, let's not forget also the very charming Plaza de la Familia featuring Everything Coco back in that corner. That is one of the best types of high energy shows that they put on as sort of a live entertainment throughout the day, multiple times a day, as a matter of fact. And there's something just unbelievably charming about the puppetry of Miguel playing along and having a good time.
It's creepy, but also it works.
Yeah.
It's very creepy.
Well,
I just think it's
I
going to
say
come
charming,
alive
you
and
say
kill us
creepy.
all,
Yeah,
but
that sounds very different.
it's
huh?
really cool. Scary though. Think
It
about
doesn't
it.
freak me out. I know it's a puppet. I'm okay. And he sings along with the mariachi, and they have a great time. And it draws such a crowd. It's become more and more popular as the years have gone on too. So definitely something worth checking out, and something that sticks around longer than traditional Halloween by a couple of days. So definitely worth heading on back to the corner. But California Adventure in the Plaza Gardens area.
Usually they have food, like really good food during that time too.
Absolutely.
So,
and then, of course, Halloween
eat
Screams
food.
Fireworks coming back to Disneyland Park. Always fun to watch. One of my favorite shows, mainly because of the soundtrack.
The pyrotechnics and the music and stuff, it's just boom, 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 boom. There is no downtime on that fireworks
that one
show.
just
It is
goes.
my favorite show. Blows my mind all the time.
One of my faves, too. And, of course, Haunted Mansion Holiday sliding back in with its unique gingerbread house that they like
That's
to
true.
put. Yeah.
I wonder what it'll be this year.
I know. Looking forward to it. So many great things to be pumped about when it comes to the Halloween season. So many wonderful things to anticipate. What are you most looking forward to? And will you be going to the Oogie Boogie Bash? Will you be attempting to buy tickets and hopefully get them? Unlike us losers from last year.
Ugh.
Not
We're-
this year.
We're prepared this year.
Not this year, by George.
We set up the war room. We're ready.
We got it.
Hey Hey's going to have a tablet open too.
Yep. it's true.
Refreshing. Yeah,
And if
that
I don't
little
get these
beak.
tickets, who's flying across the wall?
That's
This guy. Not this guy, this guy.
Ooh. Hey Hey.
No,
Hey Run.
don't touch Hey.
Might be time for Hey Hey to think about another place to
He's
live.
my friend.
Sounds dangerous, but yeah, you let us know in the comments. Halloween time and you going to be a part of it this year. We'd love to hear from you. All right, y'all. Disney trivia time. Let's go.
Disney Trivia time is here. Our Trivia Minute, where we like to share with you a couple of questions from the trivia world, and we make an attempt to not make them so easy as well. And I'll share with you all that if you are watching in live chat, we encourage you to play along. Throw out your responses in live chat, and hopefully you too will be a big old winner. And I say that looking at Katrina, who I don't think has won
Sore
Oh,
any of
loser.
these rounds. Yeah. She's tried, but at any rate, our first question in the Disney Trivia Minute. Which Disney princess has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Is it A, Snow White, B, Sleeping Beauty, or C, Cinderella? Which Disney princess has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, or Cinderella? Starting with Katrina, what do you think?
Oh my god. I feel like it'd be Snow White
Why do you feel like it would be Snow White?
because Carthay Circle Theater was there. So they would honor her.
With a star?
Yeah,
Okay.
because she's cool.
It's a
I
good
don't
theory.
know.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's one way to play it. Tyler,
I mean, I'm going Snow White as well.
you too.
Because, and like she said, Carthay Circle is one reason, but also, I mean, it was the first animated feature film ever. So,
Oh,
He has a better reason.
rather than, there was a building that they did a premiere at. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay. So going with Snow White. Very good. Control room, Tony, what do you got?
Well, I was going to go with Cinderella, but I think Tyler and Katrina have it right. So I'm going to say A.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of times your answers surprise me, and then you're right. So,
He's usually right, and he's the one person who is not at all a Disney expert. He knows nothing about Disney. No, you're right.
No.
Yeah, he's that guy, and yet somehow he tends to be right. Very, very good. We check in chat here, and Troy saying B, Bob saying A, Lori Jean saying A, Brian saying Snow White, D saying Cinderella. I will tell you that we have 3 big winners in this studio. Snow White
Wow.
is, in fact,
let's go.
the winner.
And that's why we go to Carthay Circle at DCA to educate ourselves.
That's why.
True.
Yeah. Between that and all of the beverages.
It was cool seeing the Oscars there for
It was
Snow White,
legit.
too. Like when they were on display, like the actual Oscars were there
was really
in the
neat.
waiting area, and that was really neat to see.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Connects you to that piece of history there. And,
Oh, yeah.
She's got her own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In between people urinating on it and defacing others, stop by and take a picture with it the next time you're rolling through the proud streets of Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's right. And we move along here. Next question in the Disney Trivia Minute. In 1929, Mickey Mouse spoke his first words. What were they? Was it A, "Oh, Minnie," B, "Hot dogs," or C, "Over here, Pluto"? Again, in 1929, Mickey Mouse spoke his first words. What were they? "Oh, Minnie," "Hot dogs," or "Over here, Pluto"? Katrina, what do you think?
I'm going to give it to Pluto because he's a good dog and he's always there for Mickey.
You think he called out to his pup, his first words?
I think he's more important than Minnie
Oh, my.
because Minnie locked
Wow.
him in
Man's best friend.
a trunk
Mouse's
and
best friend.
was really mean to him on a ride. And poor little Pluto was there with a picnic basket chasing them, trying to give them the picnic that they wanted.
We have witnessed some inhumane things being done by Minnie to
So-
Pluto in the attraction, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And they can't all be an accident.
I think there's a reason for it. I think you're right. So you're
Dig
saying
it deep.
you're saying see over here Pluto. What do you think, Tyler? Oh, Minnie, hot dogs, or over here Pluto?
You know, I think I was about to go with Over Here Pluto, but I think
too
I'm
many
going to go
words.
Oh Minnie because I just want to be a little different, you know?
Oh, way to be different.
And I'm trying to think back to, was the first time he said anything in Steamboat Willie, right? I think it might have been.
I don't have that fact in front of me as part of trivia.
And
I can't tell you.
You can't cheat. I understand. And Pluto was not in that cartoon, I don't believe. So, so I'm going. And also, the hot dog thing didn't happen until Club Mickey came around,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-oh.
So
Look at this guy.
I know.
I'm going with
I feel like
Oh
it's
Minnie.
A,
I'm going
but-
with A.
I'm
You
gonna
can't
give
change
Pluto.
your answer
No, I'm
now,
going to give
Katrina?
Pluto. I'm sticking with Pluto because I love him. He's a good
Goodness.
dog.
Wow. Control room, Tony. What do you got?
Well, even though I love hot dogs,
You do.
I do.
We know.
I will go with mini.
Oh, mini. So
Oh,
we've
mini.
got 2 oh minis, 1 over here Pluto, and we take a look on in the chat. Lori Jean saying B, Troy saying C, D saying C. We got a hot dog for Lonnie. Bob saying Pluto, and Lonnie saying hot dogs again. How about that?
You're supposed to.
Really
loves those
really
hot dogs.
reinforcing the hot dog comment there.
With mustard.
Well, Lonnie, congratulations, because the first spoken words from Mickey Mouse were hot dogs.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Believe it or
Okay.
not.
Well.
Wild.
Okay.
The rest of you,
Wow.
yeah, sort of missed the mark.
I'm kind of surprised by that. I guess
As was I. Yeah.
That's what make I guess
dogs.
kind of the whole hot dog song thing these days makes more sense to me now. You know.
Hot dog,
Hot dog,
hot diggity dog. Yep,
You learn something new every day.
it's a cult hit.
It is.
Absolutely,
It is.
Yeah.
It's, who doesn't love the hot dog song? But yeah, I mean, talk about full circle. That the hot dog song is a #1 chart-topping hit nowadays, and was the first words uttered by Mickey Mouse. Hot dogs.
Wow.
Hot dogs.
With an S too?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
he was selling hot dogs.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, and he was saying hot dogs.
Oh, okay. I thought he was using it as a, you know, as a
hot dogs.
like hot dog.
Oh, are you changing your answer now, thinking if it was just explained a little differly, you would have gotten it?
No, I'm
Is
not
that
changing
what
my
you're telling
answer.
us, Tyler?
I would never do such a thing.
You're not
Wade.
Garrett. Who couldn't join us this week. At any rate,
Love you, Garen.
now you know your Disney Trivia Minute. You stick around. Lots more Cannon Report Live for you next. We do the Disney list around here, and this Disney list is all about magical ways to celebrate an anniversary at the Disneyland Resort. The Disneyland Resort is known as the happiest place on earth. It can also be the most romantic if you do the right stuff. And certainly many people get engaged at such a place in front of the castle, sometimes in obscure locations that mean something to them. But if you go for an anniversary to celebrate such a milestone, what should you do? How should you go about enjoying yourself? Tyler Crouch is our theme park analyst. Katrina Manzoni is our travel agent, here today to share with us some of the ways in which to celebrate that anniversary the right way the first time. And I think it's worth starting with Katrina. How would you celebrate an anniversary? Make it special. Make it the best it could be. Dang it. Who doesn't love love?
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs. That's what I was going to say.
Get some
Enjoy
hot
your
dogs.
anniversaries and go get a hot dog. Or 2, because there's 2 of you.
Yeah.
Um,
Coke Corner.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. Mustard, whatever. The Angry Dog section over at Pixar Pier.
Happy anniversary.
The world is your oyster.
Right.
Let it just be a little oyster.
Nothing screams anniversary like hot dogs.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Gourmet.
Yep.
I love you so much. I'm going to let you get cheese sauce on it.
Whoa.
Wow. What a day.
You just bought another 10 years of
Even
marriage.
chili. Can you
Yep.
imagine a chili cheese dog?
Oh.
2 things. Woo.
Wow.
Wow.
Who would have ever thought of such a thing?
My heart.
That's
Thank
so
you very
sweet.
much.
But, you know, I'm not a big hot dog person, so
Me neither.
Charlie's like, ugh.
I don't like hot dogs.
Anyway, so I would say Carthay Circle. That's our place. I love it to death. It's always,
Listen, we celebrate at Carthay. That's our thing.
but
you know?
it's our thing, Carthay Circle. But there's a lounge and a restaurant. I don't know if you guys knew. There's 2 places when you make a reservation. So for me, I always really love going to Carthay Circle. Either downstairs or upstairs. The dinner upstairs is actually really nice and romantic. So sometimes like you can try to like, you know, schmooze with the host and be like, can I get that cool private little room off to the side, so it's like intimate and beautiful. Servers there are fantastic, amazing. The food there, the pork chop, it's great. And I think that's like kind of like a little romantic kind of thing if you want to just have like a park day. My second one is Napa Rose Chef Counter.
Oh, very exclusive.
Oh, that's very nice because the food at Napa Rose is great. The portion sizes are a little small, but the prices are very high. So, like the chef's counter for the price, because they raised the price. I think it's like $150 now, but you get like 7 courses. And so when you go sit down at the chef's counter, they'll kind of ask you what you like, what you don't like. So if you don't like sushi, like raw fish, or if you're allergic or, you know, if you're vegan or something, they'll go through everything with you and kind of figure out what you would like and what you don't like. And then the chefs like prepare it for you right there. And then you can see it. And then you can add on a wine pairing, which is amazing.
7 courses. Are you there for hours?
Oh my gosh. You're there
for a
pretty much,
couple
like,
or
3.
2.5 hours at
and
least.
it's
yeah.
beautiful. Like, and then if you don't like what you get, they'll make you something else.
Yeah.
Well,
So which
Hey,
is
chef.
which
I mean,
is
I'm right
amazing.
here.
You just throw it. You're like, here, give me something else. I didn't want that.
And they have a catcher's mitt, and they
like, "Huh."
they grab it, and then
Yeah,
toss me
it's
something from the grill.
they give you a hot dog.
and they give you a hot dog. It's so great. I highly recommend it. The reservations go fast because they only do it on the weekends now. They don't do it all week anymore. And then they only do 1 seating now because used to do 2 seatings, so that it was like boom, 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 boom.
So very special.
You get in, you
very,
get out kind of
yeah.
thing. But now it's like you get 1, they go slow. So they open the first of the month to get reservations for like the in 60 days, I think is what it is. It's not like 30 days. I think it's like 60 days on the first is when they open those reservations. So call, leave a voicemail, and then they'll go through like line by line or like phone, like message by message in order, and then write people down for the days you want.
And they have pastry chefs right there too,
Yeah.
who will make you a special anniversary dessert,
Wow.
like when it's
Yeah.
your anniversary. So
It's really cute.
they do that for birthdays too, but it's
very romantic.
very nice.
And certainly one of the highest rated restaurants in all of Orange County. So a lot of people forget that the Napa Rose exists if you're not actively seeking it out. A lot of people forget it's back there in that corner of the Grand Californian, back beyond Storytellers Cafe.
I would say it's not very romantic. Like if you're gonna sit there for dining because the lights are so bright. If you want like because it's like
Very 90s
it's
restaurant.
it's a very 90s bright restaurant where they should like lower the lights a little bit, make it a little bit more romantical type of stuff. But that chef's counter, man, whoo, you get your money's worth
Hot dog.
at Hot Dog. You get your money's worth over there, and you will not eat hot dogs there
Hopefully not.
unless they make some kind of special sausage.
Mac and cheese and hot dogs, please. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, they do actually make
They
a mac and
do
cheese
have a
there,
mac and cheese.
and it's for the kids only. And but if you're vegetarian, I think there's some like dietary restriction, they'll make it for you as an adult, but you get charged twice because they make you a big portion.
Nothing like going to the most upscale restaurant at Disneyland
Yeah,
and
get
ordering
mac and cheese.
I mean, they do make
People
it.
do
They
it.
make it themselves. It's.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think they make the pasta, but maybe
No.
maybe they. But it's a nice mac and cheese. I'll put it that
Yeah.
way.
It's an elevated
It's
experience.
an elevated experience.
And when I think about U2 and Carthay Circle, I mean, let's be
Shocker.
honest. You do a load of laundry and you celebrate a Carthay Circle. I mean, that's kind of the way your lives work. So, but it is a very special place for anybody that is seeking out a unique experience.
It's honestly really great. It's the prices are very high upstairs. They just keep going up and up. But downstairs they have really great food too. So if you can't do dining upstairs, there's small bites downstairs that are like reasonably priced that you guys can like share, like kind of like tapas style. So that's even like a nice idea too. Another one which is interesting is we've never done it yet, but the Tomorrow Skyline Terrace.
Oh, right.
So that one is interesting because now it's called Dinner in the Stars, and it started May 5th. They raise their prices, so it's $89 per guest. But you can go anytime between 6:30 to 10, and you can go up and down as you please. And then you have a choice of an entree, a dessert, a specially themed non-alcoholic beverage with a glow cube, unlimited soft drinks, bottled water, hot chocolate, a commemorative beverage novelty, themed credentials with a lanyard. Come on. And themed drink coaster. So, whoa. Maybe $89 is worth it if you want all that stuff. So, and then you have a choice of like a little entree. The entrees are kind of like the sandwich, chicken and rice, and a mushroom al pastor sandwich, which actually sounds pretty good. I don't like mushrooms, but it got me with al pastor. Anyway, so... and then they have kids options. They didn't say what the kids prices were, but you can watch the fireworks from over there.
It's your anniversary.
So that's,
no kids.
Yeah, no kids. But yeah, so that seems like an interesting place to watch it. We've never done it yet. So if you've done it, I'd like to know what you thought, what your views were. Because
Your views and your views.
Your views
Please.
and your views.
Right.
Of what you saw.
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest perk of something like that is to not have to fight for a spot to watch the fireworks, and they're at eye level up there in the stars.
It's true.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
View in the stars.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's Skyline
$89 per
experience.
person.
Got to do something with that double-decker gigantic building in Tomorrowland that they're not doing anything with, so might as well put people on the patio and have them eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Oh, wait. Don't
I'm
they
not
have like
bitter.
a DVC now, a little lounge in there?
Yeah,
So I
DVC
guess that's
lounge.
one thing that they did with it.
They
That
opened up, I think, a meet
I don't
and
have
greet
access
again
to.
inside, and I forget exactly who's in there, but I think there's also now a meet and greet. So one of the chambers has been opened. But
Oh, my.
what a
Wow.
waste of space! That poor
I know.
dang. And I know
It's a
the
big
last
paperweight.
thing left us as it was Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
You know, it was
Oh.
all Star Wars themed, but
I just had a great idea.
no, what are you gonna do?
As we all know, Splash Mountain is gone now.
We do know this.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
All of those animatronics were from that building originally. America Sings.
right? Yeah.
They're not going to need them at Splash Mountain anymore. Let's put them back in that building
Oh,
and bring back America Sings.
wild.
Wow.
Wild.
Wow. Wow.
Sing America Sing.
Tyler Crush for CEO.
There we are. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
The magic is with him. We know this to be true. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Katrina.
You're very welcome.
Wonderful suggestions to make your anniversary a little bit extra magical.
Yeah.
The next time you head out to Disneyland. Tyler, what do you got?
I got a couple here. I think everybody probably knows where I'm going with this one.
Is it Carthay Circle, Tyler?
I
kill you.
love Carthay Circle. I think that, going on top of hers. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like the best way to celebrate at the Disneyland Resort is to make it a staycation.
Oh.
Extend your trip.
We love staycations.
And stay at one of the resorts for a night. Maybe not Paradise Pier
Yeah.
right now.
Probably.
When are we going to start calling it Pixar Place? When do we get that memo?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing because
Yeah.
I feel like I'm constantly saying both names now.
Oh, I just say.
I just
Paradise
still call it
Pier.
Paradise Pier, but it makes me feel like
Or PP for
is
short.
it? Yeah,
PP.
yeah.
Paradise
it's,
Pixar.
it's still
Oh,
going to
it's
keep
It's
the
gonna
same.
be PP, huh?
Yeah, it's going to keep remaining PP.
Well,
Sorry.
we're all about that maturity here. Right, hey. We'll call it Pixar Place. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. So,
So steer clear from that right now.
yeah, right now is not the most romantic time to be staying there, but I think once they finish all the construction and that place is up to snuff, I think that'll actually have one of the nicer restaurants on the property, possibly with the maple leaf. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah. Maple.
Great Maple.
Great Maple.
Great Maple.
Yeah,
Maple Leaf.
Maple
Is
leaf.
this Canada?
Is this a hockey team?
Canadian themed restaurant?
So I think I think especially like the Grand Californian is the place if you can swing it, that's the nicer, the most romantic place to stay. But I think also Disneyland Hotel does a great job. You can turn that headboard on and you can stare into each other's eyes and then go, but that headboard. I'm gonna look away from your eyes
romantic.
for just a second
So
to look
dreamy.
at that headboard, and then we'll get back to it in a second. Just let me look at the fake fireworks. But
What a moment.
yeah, no, but I think that in all seriousness, just extending that trip and having a couple days to really have fun with each other and being at, I mean, let's face it, the Grand California is a beautiful place. So
Chill out by the pool.
yeah,
And hang out.
I think that's a great way to spend time at your anniversary. And, you know, if you really can swing it, if you can go even further and you want to hit that Grand Slam, even do concierge, and then you can have a little mimosa toast in the morning. And, you know, I think that's just sounds great to me.
Light bites.
Personally.
Light bites.
Go to spa.
Yeah. So my other one, though, is a little bit different than I feel like I feel like we don't really do these things for our anniversary, but I feel like I kind of want to start doing it, which is to get some personalized gifts, like at the Disneyland Resort, which is to say, like, they have the silhouette shop on Main Street. You know, somebody literally sits there and like cuts out your face with paper. You know,
Dangerous.
I know, and then they wear it
Cut
like
your
leather.
face off.
They wear it like Leatherface does. No. Sorry, they use the paper. It's not like they're cutting your actual face. And then, you know, you can have these beautiful silhouettes put in a frame, and it looks really nice.
Quite
I feel like
keepsake.
that could be cool. Yeah, and that could be a nice little memory for, you know, your 5th year anniversary, like whatever, like a special one. And as well as the other cool place that I kind of want to go to more often is they have a couple of those glass shops too in Disneyland.
Oh yeah. Crystal Arts.
Yeah, Crystal Arts, and there's one on Main Street, and then there's also one over in New Orleans Square, and they'll like customize things for you. They can put your name or whatever you want on these nice glass pieces, and I think that would be a nice thing to get. And then as well, the classic, you can get a nice little Mickey Mouse ears hat, you know, and you can have whatever you want embroidered on the back of it, and
Anniversary ears.
yeah, anniversary ears, you know. So I feel like just for that keepsake, you know, of course you're going to get a lot of photos while you're at Disneyland, but also how about take something home to remember those photos by, you know, and
Further supplement.
supplement their
the
memories.
That's
yeah.
right.
Look at this guy.
Pretty sentimental.
Isn't that sweet?
And dropping hints for you, Katrina.
I guess so.
Comes to the
That's
anniversary
so sweet.
gift.
I wanted to piggyback on it too, because they also started embroidering like shirts and stuff. They kind of like came out and said it. So like if you wanted to like get a his and her shirt and then have like your name on it.
Wonderful.
And
Yeah.
wear it at the park.
Great suggestion. And we want to know from you, have you done anything unique, cool, special when it comes to celebrating an anniversary at the Disneyland Resort? Drop it down in the comments. All right, you stick around. We got the one thing after the break. Remember those carefree days of childhood where the magic still existed? When you didn't feel guilty about eating mountains of cereal with, we'll just say, questionable nutrition? Well, now you can have your cereal and you can eat it too. Because Magic Spoon has re-engineered that same great taste with grown-up ingredients for an absolutely game-changing Cereal 2.0. Because it's high protein, low carb, and 0 grams of sugar in each serving. I know, it's hard to believe, but it also comes in 6 delicious flavors. Frosted, fruity, cocoa, cinnamon, blueberry, and peanut butter. Plus, they've got limited edition flavors released throughout the year, like gingerbread or peaches and cream. So taste that magic of childhood all over again and get yourself some Magic Spoon cereal. Plus, take $5 off your order at checkout. All you got to do is insert the promo code Kingdom Team. That's right, Kingdom Team at checkout will get you $5 off your next order at magicspoon.com. That's magicspoon.com. Promo code Kingdom Team. It's One Thing time, where we take a look at whether something is good, bad, or a little of both from Disney parks that a member of our team would like to share. And this time around, we are taking a look at Toontown 2.0. A bit of a progress report, if you will, from Disneyland Park. It's been almost 3 months since the Toontown 2.0 upgrade, since Toontown reopened for the masses. And Tyler is here alongside Katrina to share exactly what's on their mind when it comes to Toontown 2.0. Is it good, bad, or a little of both?
I think it's mostly really good. There's a couple negative things that
Bumps
I
in
could
the
say.
road,
A
you
couple
say?
bumps in the road, I
Yeah.
think, but overall, it's incredibly charming, and
That's awesome.
it's really fun to see an upgrade to Toontown, because for a long time there it was struggling, and there really wasn't that much of a reason to go back there unless you wanted to do Roger Rabbit, which was right at the front, and then you just leave again.
Yeah. Well, and I always like to, take pause here. Usually after 90 days or so within the park's atmosphere, it's given them time to adjust, to change, to fix based on when they open something up that they consider to be new. Across Disney parks, it usually takes about 90 days for them to get all the kinks out of what they originally thought was going to be like awesome and operationally this makes sense. Sometimes things will dramatically change in that 3-month period. So as we approach that sort of 90-day mark, I think it's great that you guys are taking a look back and sort of reviewing what it was like to be there in the beginning and be there now.
Yeah, definitely things have gotten better. There's a couple things there that I'm like surprised that they would build stuff the way they did. But I mean, I think the first thing we should start with is the crown jewel of Toontown, which is, of course, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Oh.
It is the new, I'm going to call it an e-ticket attraction. It has come over from Disney World and is now a part of our Toontown, which it fits so much better in Toontown than it does over in Disney World, in my opinion. And here we have a couple pictures of the queue. I think this is probably the biggest upgrade that we have from the Disney World one, which is that there are all these great little props in there from different Mickey cartoons, and it really just, it's kind of incredible that they rip these things right out of the tunes, and here they are into the real
tunes.
world.
Potato.
Yes, and that is got to be probably the most recognizable episode from the new Mickey shorts, is that Potato Land short, which is so funny. If you haven't seen it, just
great.
go on Disney Plus and look for the Potato Land episode, because it's got a lot of, if you're a theme park fan, if you're a Disneyland fan, it'll make you laugh for sure.
And I know in Hollywood Studios they've got the really awesome backdrop that you can take a photo in front of after the Mickey films.
Yeah.
The Mickey shorts. You can walk out and they've got like the Potato Land backdrop, and it's great. You can live in it for a bit.
It's true.
But back to Disneyland. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
But I think that Runaway Railway is an incredible addition to the park, and we both think it's better than the Disney World one, correct?
I think it's I love the queue, and then also the ride. They just kind of changed it like a little bit from the Disney World one, which is fun, and then they have like a little ending that changes from ride to ride that Goofy says when he like comes back and connects with you. And I think they worked out their kinks because it would break down a lot at the beginning. And I haven't really seen that happen or hear of any crazy like breakdowns where it lasts like all day. So they're kind of like figuring it out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. Operationally, they're getting the kinks out. I know that happens a lot with the newer attractions, especially ones that operate on such like sophisticated software and move about like these carts do that you sit in, because they're all on Wi-Fi and like they all know where one another are at any given time. And so yeah, it's nice to hear that they have finally gotten around that mess, because downtime sucks when you're a brand new attraction. It's the worst.
Horrible, especially when you oversold your lightning lanes.
Aye,
you know,
the
and
worst,
then now everybody's like coming in on top of the standby queue, and now there's just like tons of people just waiting and trying to get in as fast as possible, and they're trying to go. So
Your ride's too smart.
yeah.
For its own good. And yeah, a lot of great props in this attraction though, right? All the way
Yeah.
through the line queue.
That's probably, again, like I said, it's probably the best upgrade that they've given. But if we can go to the next photo, they've got like the beanstalk from one of the cartoons. I'm sorry, I'm not going to remember all the names of the cartoons, but the beanstalk, it's going right through the roof, and as you walk by, it's like making all these like kind of growing noises, like it's a plant that's growing. And I just love that you can see the sun through there, and it's a great little nod. And also we have the desk there from when Mickey played Bob Cratchit, right?
Yeah.
Right.
In Mickey's
And
Christmas Carol.
it was in Mickey's Christmas Carol, and
the best Christmas movie ever.
it's up there. It's up there. I don't know. I think Muppets Christmas Carol gives it a run for its money.
I agree with that. Yeah.
How dare you?
But then also we have the sarcophagus from another one of the newer Mickey shirts, which is just great to see. And onto the next photo as well. there's that whole popcorn stand, and the art they've done for some of this stuff is so much fun. They even sell these popcorn boxes. You can buy these in the land now. So
The coolest keepsake.
yeah,
A
exactly.
popcorn box.
And I just love, again, it's not even just all Mickey stuff, because if you look on that picture on the right,
Yeah.
we have stuff from not only the
A Goofy movie.
the Goofy movie with that little girl who,
Lester's Possum Park girl.
yes,
Who
yes,
was sitting in the crowd watching Lester and his possum friends.
and it's just it also makes me think of like Goofy's job in that movie, where he was a photographer at like basically a Sears.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I
Come
just,
on, Kimmy.
So, and they have a DuckTales reference there with the Beagle Boys, and I just think it's really, really fun stuff.
You can stare in that room all day. So that's like right before you actually go
This is the
into the
ticket
building, the ticket booth.
Yeah.
And there's just so many things that you can just stare at and see.
Yeah. So that is our Runaway Railway talk for now. I think it's a fantastic, fun thing for the whole entire
So
family.
the crown jewel.
The
What else
crown-
about
Yeah.
the
crown
land
jewel.
inspires you? What makes it so great, especially 90 days later?
So I think it is a bummer that they removed a couple of the old fountains that they had in this land, but we have now this brand new fountain and this is kind of the thing that the whole Toontown encompasses, right? Is that everything is interactive for kids. So that was really kind of just like, let's let the toddlers and the young kids have fun. So this fountain that they have here in the middle of Toontown, you can, in this photo, they still weren't ready yet. This was in the beginning of the Toontown, but now 90 days later, as we've been talking, it's ready to go. It's open. Now kids can stick their little fingers in there, and I mean, I had to. I went up there and I splashed around a little bit because I was just like, you know what? I haven't seen it open yet. So when we went,
Hey, touch the water.
yeah, I gotta touch. That was me. I was like, I gotta touch this water. And it's so interesting too, because like on that photo on the left, that's where characters used to come out from, but now they've kind of shut those doors. This is all just a patio for the dining, which we'll get to in a second. But now they just have the characters kind of wandering around, which I love. That's kind of the other new thing, is like the characters of course you can go and see Mickey at his house, but just walking around and seeing Pete out of nowhere, or we were walking around in one of the play areas and we saw Goofy just hanging out by his house. So it's really fun to see the characters do more than just stand in one place, but
Living.
living
in their
in
land.
the Toontown, you know.
Yes.
So that's really fun to see. And I'm gonna let Katrina take most of this next section, because now this kind of leads us into the dining here, and
Which, if I recall correctly, the Toontown of yesteryear lacked a bit in that department. And when I say a bit, I mean severely.
yeah.
Severe.
There was like
No
there
one
was
wanted
a
to
hot
go
dog
there.
place.
Hot
That
dog.
wasn't
Hot
very,
dog.
it was very uninspired.
There was
There was ice
pizza, wasn't
cream.
there?
Was
Ice
and there was like
cream.
mini
There
pizzas.
was, like,
Yeah,
baby
many
pizza.
pizzas. Yeah, and Clarabelle's frozen
cream.
yogurt.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
now we've kind of pared it down. I think they've combined all the kitchens and they've kind of just made
Yep.
it one Cafe Daisy is what they call it now. And that leads us into one of our favorite things about Toontown, the pizza flop over.
Yeah, and so in this like first picture, you can kind of see this is when we first went. So we got the chips and the chili. I don't know, the chili queso.
They call it chili cheese sauce.
Yeah, and how much was that? That was $7.49.
So that's $7.49. Keep this in mind.
and that bag is not very big.
That is
full
a
of chips.
small
It was very
bag of chips.
expensive. And then I ordered a pepperoni pizza flop over. They gave me cheese, so that one's at the bottom of the screen. And I was like, ooh, it was still tasty. So I took a couple bites and I was like, where's the pepperoni? So they got me another one and they took the other one back. But then it was kind of like, it was still tasty. It was still really good. But there was like 3 pepperoni in there. And I was like, what the? I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a little while and see how it goes, you know? So I went back again last weekend and oh my goodness, it was so tasty. So we went back. I was able to order it through mobile order. Then I applied my Disney Magic Key discount. Normally it's like $10.49 for the pepperoni pizza. With the discount and stuff, it was like
$9.99.
It was like it was like less. It was like $9.40, something
Look
like that.
at you,
$9.50,
Scarf.
and it was so good. Still, and it was even better. Like even better. They added a lot more pepperoni in it. It was super cheesy, freaking amazing.
They
And I'm like
perfected
in
it, huh?
love with it. It's massive
And it's
for
really good.
$9. I have never seen something like this at a Disney park for $9. You can get a churro for $7, and it's not going to fill you up like this baby will.
Let's knock on that wood.
I know.
They put it out
Yeah.
there.
That
They're gonna.
gluten-free crust is so good. I don't know why they put like the cheese on because they're trying to make it like a calzone type of thing with the cheese, but it just every time I try to bite it, all the cheese just drops as I'm trying to eat it. So
They're
it's
trying to
really
make it
hard.
pretty.
I know, but when you get a bite with that cheese on the outside, it's really good. So I was telling Tyler, I was like, I feel like you need to do like a taste test and get the glutenness one.
Oh yeah.
I will have
try
to
it?
try the regular, just non-allergy friendly pizza because
I can eat it
I'm
all
very
day.
interested. Because I mean, the gluten-free one is delicious, which is surprising. If you've ever tried gluten-free bread, that it's
gross.
hard to make a good gluten-free bread, and they somehow did it. And it's also hard to make one that. It's amazing they can fold it because most of the time. That's what gluten does, right? Is gluten makes bread stretchier.
Right.
And if you don't have any gluten, folding the pizza like that has got to be difficult. But anyway, it's a really great. And I don't even really like pizza that much too, which I know is a weird thing, but I know.
doesn't like the sauce.
Tony, you should have seen Tony's look just now. But I'm just
What a
not big
creep,
on.
right?
I know. I'm just not big on like the tomato sauce necessarily all the time. But this flop over pizza is tasty. But
If
don't
they made a
get,
pesto one, this boy would be
oh
all
man,
over it.
don't eat. That sounds so good.
Don't even.
Wow. Chicken pesto or something. That'd be
Hey, he's
great.
into it too. I can see it in the eyes.
He's like, yeah. So pizza flop over, huge upgrade. Love it, amazing. Don't take it away or I'll
And don't-
cry because I still dream about it. It's like every now and then I'm just like, okay, maybe I do want that for lunch from now on, but I don't eat it all the time. But it's really good.
Pack them to go.
Yeah, exactly. Just remember though that chips and cheese dip was $2 less than $2.50 less than a pizza flop over, which is just I would not recommend the
Yeah,
chips.
that's kind of absurd.
Yeah, but
It
the other
Baby.
they also have next door really quick for the food is the Good Boy Grocers, which that's where you can get that little picnic basket that you saw in the previous photo, and they'll sell like the blankets for all the kind of grassy areas that you can go and lay down on, and they just do little snacks. They've got like Baby Bell cheese and grapes and just things like that. So another opportunity to get a little bit of snackage going if you want. But I feel like this leads me into like kind of my only negative thing about Toontown so far is that it has struggled with with keeping up its appearances. They've had a really hard time. There's a lot of play areas for kids. They've had a hard time keeping them pristine and beautiful because they are falling apart quickly. And even like the park area where near the tree, that's been closed for the majority of this opening because they had to repaint it and the paint keeps coming off. But I have to say I'm very surprised at the things that Disney put into a lot of the play areas, because over by Donald's boat there is a big wave that comes up that's made out of like a foamy material, and so many kids are gonna eat poo-poo on that. I mean
even adults have. We were
Yeah.
walking by it last week and waiting for the pizza to be ready, and there was like a lady that was playing a game at Donald's and then backed up, but the waves right there. Then she almost just ate it. She's like,
yeah, like I know people are gonna try and take photos or back up or whatever and just fall over that thing, and they have like for a place where if you so much as lean on a railing, the cast members are like, oh, please get off the railing, please get off. They have built like this foam tent in right next to Goofy's house that like kids are climbing on like they're playing King of the Mountain, and somebody is gonna knock their teeth out on that thing someday, I guarantee you. So it's surprising to see some of the things they've put in. The slides look really cool. I love the kind of Rube Goldberg device
That sounds right.
that they have they have all these balls that are going all over the place in Goofy's house that are going through this wild machine that makes no sense, and it's really cool to see. It's a little bit scarred up already. That's what worries me, but Toontown overall, huge success, I would say.
I think so. They kind of mastered a lot of the stroller parking too to open up
Finally.
the grass area the
Yeah.
last time we were there, because they were trying to. They made little parking spots now, like with tape, where they're like, park it here.
Yes, this is the spot.
And then so it didn't take up the grass area like it did before, because when we took that picture at the beginning, like with us laying on the grass, there was just like a little patch of grass. Everything else was just stroller parking. So I think they kind of mastered that a little bit. But honestly, I think that they've done a really great job with Toontown. It's a lot of stuff for like adults or like for parents and for kids to do. You know what I mean? Keep your kids active, ready to go. We still haven't done the ride yet, the Chippendale.
The Gadget Go coaster we have not done yet.
We haven't done it
since the reopening.
because the line's a little long, but
But it
C'est la
sounds
vie.
like it has achieved exactly what they set out to do.
Yeah.
Making it a far more fun and exciting place for both parents and children, and allowing an opportunity for kids to run wild out in that
Crazy wild.
space, which is great news. But you're also right, Tyler. One of those things that is always concerning, and I think even something maybe we talked about early on was, they've redone this space to offer up so much in terms of like a play area. Now you got to keep up with it.
yeah.
Now you got to maintain it, and it's already showing signs of wear and tear, according to you.
There's a
We're
section that's not even
quite 3
open
months
yet
in.
either. Like the splash area is
The
still even
splash
open.
pad by Donald's hasn't even opened at all. So
Wow. So, well, a little ways more to go, it sounds like, but for the most part, major upgrade. Wonderful to have Toontown
Huge.
2.0 in our lives. You let us know, have you been able to visit? What do you think of it? And is it on your map from now on? You got to stop by Toontown. Let us know in the comments. All right, friends, that about wraps things up for this edition of Kingdom Report Live. As always, make so much magic in our lives that you could join us. Make so much wonderful, loving, embracing feelings for us when you show up here. Thank you for that. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure if you're listening to us that you rate and review. It means an awful lot. And we hope you have a spectacular week. Remember, the legacy of Walt Disney, it lives on because of people like you and me. And we'll see you next Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, for an all-new broadcast.